HSE Pathshala presents How to Prepare for Interviews. It's important to be well prepared and sure of your answers when you're getting ready for an HSE interview. This video gives you useful information about common HSE interview questions and gives you good answers that will help you do well in the interview. In order to be completely prepared, there are a few key things you should do before an interview. Are you ready for an interview? Let's begin. Good morning, Miss Deepika.
Hello, sir. I am good. Thanks for asking.
Miss Deepika, tell me about yourself.
Sir, I am thrilled to be here today and eager to discuss how my skills and experience align with the goals of this company. Throughout my 10 years career, I have developed a strong background in HSE and have successfully implemented various HSE initiatives.
Miss Deepika, how do you prioritize safety in your work?
Putting safety first is an important part of my job. Before I start any job, I always do a thorough risk assessment and make sure my team knows about the safety measures I've taken. I make sure that everyone is aware of the risks and knows how to deal with them by setting a good example and encouraging a mindset of safety first.
What would you do about an employee who regularly breaks safety rules?
It's important to talk about safety issues, even if it means having tough conversations. If an employee regularly doesn't follow safety rules, I would talk to them privately to understand their point of view and stress how important it is to follow safety rules. If the behavior doesn't change, I would bring it to the attention of top management so that the right steps can be taken to fix it.
Could you talk about a difficult HSE job you worked on and how you dealt with it?
It was hard for us to work at height on an earlier project. I was in charge of a group that looked at possible risks, came up with ways to reduce them, and then put those plans into action. While working together with different groups and coming up with new ideas, we were able to lower the risk and make sure we were following the rules.
How do you keep updated of the most recent HSE guidelines and industry best practices?
I frequently attend HSE-related seminars, workshops, and webinars because I firmly believe in lifelong learning. I also participate actively in professional HSE associations, which gives me access to a wealth of information and networking opportunities. I can implement the most recent laws and industry best practices into my job when I keep myself educated.
At work, how do you handle stress?
Being in stressful situations is part of the job, and I deal with them by maintaining my composure and concentrating on finding answers. Stress can be reduced by standing back to evaluate the circumstances and engage oneself in problem solving. Managing difficult circumstances also requires effective delegation and communication.
How can you encourage a culture of safety among staff members?
Creating a culture of safety begins with setting an example. I make careful to abide by all safety procedures, and I exhort others to do the same. Frequent toolbox presentations and safety training sessions are held to increase awareness and offer advice on safe procedures. I also regularly include staff members in safety committees so they can actively participate in safety initiatives and decisions.
Describe your experience conducting incident investigations.
Investigations into incidents are necessary to find the root reasons and stop them from happening again. In my last job, I was in charge of investigating incidents by gathering proof, talking to witnesses, and looking at data. I used methods like the 5 whys to get to the bottom of things. After investigations, I suggested steps that should be taken to stop similar incidents from happening again and make things safer generally.
In a fast-paced work environment, how do you assure HSE compliance?
In a fast-paced environment, I emphasize safety before efficiency. I build clear procedures and successfully explain them to all staff. Regular audits and inspections aid in monitoring compliance, and any deviations are rectified swiftly. Furthermore, I cultivate a culture in which employees are comfortable expressing safety issues and near misses in order to proactively detect possible hazards.
How do you handle situations where safety rules and project deadlines don't work well together?
Safety and project deadlines must be balanced. If there are disagreements, I talk to everyone involved to understand how important it is and what risks might be involved. If we can't come to an agreement, I put safety first and work with the team to find other options.
What role does risk assessment carry out in the management of health and safety?
Risk assessments are integral to HSE administration. They identify prospective dangers, assess their severity and probability, and assist in prioritizing preventive measures. By undertaking thorough risk assessments, organizations can address safety concerns proactively and allocate resources to mitigate risks effectively.
How do you encourage employees to report near misses and safety incidents?
To encourage reporting, open communication is crucial. Employees are reassured that their concerns will be handled discreetly and productively under my non-punitive reporting culture. Proactive safety reporting is further encouraged when personnel who record near misses are acknowledged and given rewards.
Could you provide an example of a successful safety improvement program you've implemented?
In a prior position, I observed that staff members were not aware of safety procedures. To encourage safe habits, I ran focused training sessions and used captivating graphics. Consequently, there was a notable decline in safety accidents and an enhancement of the safety culture in general.
How do you make sure that contractors follow the safety rules set by the company?
When I work with contractors, I make sure they know all of our safety rules and processes. We have a process for checking out workers' safety records and how they work. There are regular safety meetings where any problems can be talked about, and contractors must follow the same safety rules as our workers.
How do you respond to emergency situations?
In an emergency, you need to act quickly and effectively. I make sure that all of my workers know what to do in an emergency and hold regular drills. In case of a fire or chemical spill, I would use the emergency action plan, get everyone out of the affected areas, and follow the set procedures for cleaning up and containing the situation.
In what ways do you judge how well the HSE program works?
Various metrics, such as the number of incidents, near misses, and safety audits, are used to evaluate the efficacy of the HSE program. In addition, I monitor leading indicators such as employee engagement in safety activities and training participation. Reviews and feedback from employees and management provide additional insight into the success of the program.
Miss Deepika, do you have any questions for me?
Sir, I am interested in knowing about the company vision in safety for next 5 years.
Miss Deepika, thanks for the wonderful interaction. Our HR will let you know about the next steps.
It's my pleasure to have the opportunity to be here.
A successful HSE interview requires preparation, confidence, and the ability to communicate effectively. By understanding the importance of HSE, researching the company, and practicing your responses, you can stand out as a valuable candidate. Remember to highlight your commitment to safety, experience in handling challenging situations, and dedication to staying updated on the latest HSE practices. Be specific and provide real-life examples to showcase your experience. Demonstrate your commitment to safety and environmental protection. Emphasize your ability to collaborate with teams and adapt to changing situations. Showcase your knowledge of HSE regulations and best practices. Express enthusiasm for continuous learning and professional growth in the HSE FI. Good luck! If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel.